3, everybody, and this part is going to be possibly a little bit shorter, but it's got some important information. So when we move on to kind of the visuals of the show, which so far, if you couldn't tell already, are pretty good. Like, this show was made in 2010 by Studio Feel, and Studio Feel is kind of a hit and miss studio for me. I've seen a lot of good stuff, and I've seen a lot of bad stuff. To be honest with you, there's a lot of the stuff that I call good is a little bit over mediocre or around mediocre, but they did stuff like My Romantic Team Comedy, which was actually really good, and Mayo Chiki, which is I loved that show. Otame wa Boku ni Koishiteru, Kisses, Kanamemo, and recently, as in just in the winter here, Dagashi Kashi, which I just recently watched in English dub and in English sub as well. I've got to say that Studio Feel overall isn't outstanding when it comes to visuals, but they're on par most of the time when it comes to visuals. Though sometimes they have kind of interesting ones. If you've ever seen Kana Memo, the visuals in that are very interesting. But not to say that it's bad animation. It's just the character designs are kind of strange. In terms of music, now the music for this show there's 8 tracks, and one of them's banned on YouTube, and they're all slow, depressing, heartfelt songs, which is totally fine, and they're all pretty good songs. The opening and ending are okay at best. Nothing really too special to say about the music, to be honest with you. Though everybody's music tastes are different, so I've seen people comment on YouTube that it's one of the best soundtracks they've ever seen, or heard, sorry. And I've seen other people say that it's absolute shit, compared to a lot of other shows that they've watched. So, in my opinion, it's mediocre. Pretty much the entirety of the music. Final thoughts here. This show's shit. It's shit. It's absolute shit. I had to say it 3 times just to get that point across. The show is absolutely horrendous. And I would not recommend it unless you want a good laugh or unless you just absolutely hate your life and you want to take it seriously, but it just slaps you in the face with all this drama that just doesn't make sense if characters think logically. That's just the thing. I don't know whether the hormones are raging a little too much or not, but they can't think. They just can't think. It's just a fact. They're all way out of control. They all are complete idiots, and it's a little too much for me. It's a little too much for me and my taste. Maybe some people like it, but it's absolute shit. It's one of the worst shows I've ever watched, to be honest with you, and I would not recommend this show at all to anybody. Speaking of recommendations, we've got some for you. We got some for you. Now, the dating sim part, I like the idea, but if you want something really good for dating sims, The World God Only Knows. One of the very few shows that I would rate 10 out of 10. Now, the show, okay, I rate the manga 10 out of 10. My bad. The show is pretty good. My problem, a lot of amazing characters left out of the show in terms of their arcs. For instance, my favorite character in the show, Yui, glossed over her arc like it was nothing. But instead, you show people's arcs that aren't even going to be in the goddess's arc of the manga/show that are so pivotal to the plot, like Yui. Yui is my favorite character. I love Yui. Yui is amazing. And yeah, let's just say Yui's personality is something I admire a lot and would like to see out of some people nowadays that a lot of people don't have. But that's my own preference. But then we move on to kind of the harem overview. Like, what Yosuga no Shora does is kind of unique. Like, there's not a lot of shows that do exactly what they do, where they go down each individual arc of each of the harem participants or the people who handed in the documentation to be part of Haruka's harem, if you will. But there's another show called Mashi Iro Iro Symphony, which is a harem anime where it's much less dramatic. I mean, there's drama in it because it's a regular romance. It's not necessarily an otame romance, but it's definitely a romance that it has drama, but it's not forcing drama down your throat. So much so that they will do literally anything to make it more dramatic. Like, you thought that this chick running away and thinking about leaving forever, leaving her friends, leaving her brother forever, just because that she saw her fucking brother get saved and given mouth to mouth by this chick. Like, if you thought her running away was too much and overdramatic and absolutely stupid, let's have lightning strike the bus stop where she was and light it on fire. I don't understand it. But Mashi Iro Iro Symphony has a lot of emotional drama that actually kind of makes sense. You get to see characters develop into this kind of romance, but not really too much so to where they're like dependent on this guy. Especially some characters where you can kind of see the hints at it, but even at the end when he actually chooses someone, which is another reason why I love that show, you don't see all the other characters that kind of sort of liked him get super depressed and go start crying everywhere. There is one chick that has some problems because she finds out that she likes him, even though it was kind of obvious, but she actually realized it a little late. But for Mashi Iro Iro Symphony, that one's one that I will review at some point because I do really like that show. And here is the most important thing that makes that show stand out. He chooses one of them. How amazing is that? Because to be honest with you, I hate harem anime endings. Like, for instance, one of my favorite shows of all time, To Love Ru, solely because of how amazing the characters and just the stupidity. But they know that it's stupid, and they're playing off the fact that it's stupid. It's just a great show. I mean, yeah, it's super ecchi, whatever. I mean, some people like it. I don't personally give a rat's ass for or against the etchiness. It's not what I watch it for. I watch it for the fucking characters and the situations that they have. Like, Lala's inventions put so much craziness on that. But that's one of my favorite shows of all time. But here's something that they did so well. So the characters are just absolutely outstanding, and man, that's a show that I really like. But the only problem with me, for me, is that I mean, yeah, it hasn't ended, but he's never gonna choose anybody. Like, you're just like, oh man, he's easily gonna choose Haruna. He's easily gonna choose Haruna, and then boom, all of a sudden he kind of likes Lala. Lala might win. You never know. But he might end up with a harem ending. You never know. But that might be a bad example because it's not technically over yet. But either way, like, I hate harem anime endings. Like, there are I have watched fuck tons of harem anime because I'm trying to find something like To Love Ru where I'll love the characters or yada yada yada. But this is a show where I hate the characters. I hate all the endings because they're just stupid. And I absolutely cannot stand it. But moving on to the last part. If you're one of those people, you know who you are, that liked the last arc, or the last arc interested you because you found the incestual part interesting. go check out a way better show in Oriemo. I love that show. By the way, I am very disappointed that the Kuro Neko bandwagon did not come through because I was totally riding that ship. But what did you expect? Did you really expect it not to be Kirino? Like, come on. But also known in Japanese as Ore no Imoto ga Konanai Kawaii Wake Gani, or in shorter worlds, my little sister can't be this cute, and that's Alan Wind's a pretty good show. But all three of those shows have individual qualities that this show has that do it way better. Way better. Like, Oriemo is a show that I'd highly recommend to a lot of people. I don't know why you'd be on Aoi's bandwagon, because that ship sunk long ago because she's a fucking bitch. No. We could get into that if you guys want to see a review on that. But anyway, as we come to the end of this review, I would not recommend watching this show. Watch any three or all three of those other ones if you haven't already, because they're absolutely terrific. Make sure, if you liked this anime review, if you want to see more, leave that like button mashed. Mash it. Smash it once. Make sure you leave that like, because every like is helping me to determine what kind of stuff you guys are interested in. So if you want to see more anime reviews, if you guys want to get some ideas from me on shows that you guys want to watch, be sure to do that. This is a rare exception. Most of the time I won't completely spoil the entire show, but it's so stupid and so idiotic that I had to. But from here on, not from here on, but most of the time I will give serious, well, not necessarily super serious, but I'll give more serious anime reviews, not spoiling a lot of stuff. Stuff will be spoiled. I'm sorry. It's going to be hard to give you a synopsis without spoiling a couple of details that are important to developing the plot along. But if you guys want to see more of these anime reviews, please leave that like button mashed. Comment what you thought of the show, whether it's the show that I'm talking about or whether it's the review show that I've done. I apologize that I had to split it into 3 parts, but I highly recommend you go and check out the other 2 parts if you haven't already. Also, make sure you check out Universe Mode, Madden Simulation, all the Pokemon Nuzlocke videos, my vlogs, all that stuff. Make sure you do that. And I'd like to thank every single person for watching, and I hope that things will continue. I'll probably do another anime review soon, because I honestly like doing these anime reviews. It takes a little while to gather the information and write down all the kind of tidbits that I need to say, but make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you haven't already. And thank you all for watching, and until next time, this is the Grandmaster Shaymin signing out.